get away every time, but normally Chromie should be landing at least Qs.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to struggle to get a kill out of nowhere on an Uberak, but should be at least stacking
Bottom lane, there's a bit of action going on. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Whack Attack got caught out there. The lurking arm was down, and Limewire have just been caught with their pants down. They were trying to take their own Kazura camps, and the Muppet Slayers were switched on enough for the invade. And they get 3 frags out of it. Malthael, Stukov, and You Wish the ETC all taken out of the equation. Level 10 now hit by the Muppet Slayers with that engage. They win the fight, they take the Kazura camps, and they just continue to pour on pressure.
Yeah, that's a hell of a steal too. 3 kills plus the siege camp.
This is where Malthael, especially with those Tormented Souls, just you wait. If Limewire can win this fight, I think Muppet Slayers are in for a massive surprise. Here we go, the engage is on You Wish. Is standing on top of Whack Attack's infestation there. That is smart play. In goes the Rain of Vengeance. Oh, Ring of Frost comes in from Jaina. Actually cleans up You Wish ETC. And the rest of Limewire get melted like popsicles in the summer heat. That is a full team wipe. I mean, he would have to time his pathogens to perfection as well as the pustules. He hasn't actually gone for the reset talent either, but You Wish is going to get caught out. Here he goes into the slide. Mosh collects 2 on the back line. Jaina is boogieing away. Malthael comes in with the Tormented Souls to get cocooned straight away. Well done there from Pointy on the Uberak, and they melt Valor. They destroy ETC, and coming out of the cocoon is Ghost Dog, and he is going to get dropped like a sack of spuds as well. See you later, Limewire, and the Muppet Slayers are drooling at that team fight. Everything just went right.
Yeah, they're all waiting for that cocoon. Well planned, well timed, everything went well there. Another shove from Stukov, but he's going to get chased down by Pointy. If he keeps up the body blocks, yeah, Stukov will go down for sure.
It was a good slow from Chromie, but unfortunately not enough to save that Stukov. Pointy very deep on that Stukov. Raxus Holdout, Battlefield of Eternity, or Towers of Doom.
And the next match we will be streaming will be Muppet Slayers versus Eggplant. So a bit of a showdown there.
Are you sure about that one? You don't want to send that one upstairs? Are we not doing Team DRS?
I'd love to send it upstairs. I just don't know where that goes anymore.
Considering you're supposed to be the upstairs, it's kind of worrying.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Agamemnus is the upstairs. Don't argue, Nugget.
Is that how it is?
Don't argue. Don't
argue.
Is
that how it is? Did you found UA Ag? I never knew.
By the way, we've got Claymore in the chat. How'd you feel about that game, Claymore?
Hi. My hands are like super shaky and sweaty, but yeah, like no, it's just I'm super nervous. I think all in all, like our team played really well. Kudos to Staff for shot calling. He made some really good calls, didn't hesitate, and the rest of our team went with it. So there wasn't anyone waiting behind, or everyone just stuck to the calls. And we were really watching the map for, you know, people being on their own, like Malthael in that bottom lane, while everyone else is defending mid. So good rotations, and yeah. And no B stepping from Staff, so.
We saw that
that's an achievement in itself.
On the steps at the end though. Oh.
It was just his own, so we could get the core. I wanted to be done. I was shaking.
Game, it's Chuck Claymore, the team captain and previous game's MVP, Staff, Andromeda, and Pointy, and their friends, and their rivals, the yin and the yang, the top and the bottom, the Eggplant. It is Stossi, Crazy Dave, Konya, Merlin, and Alex Burnsy. Throw out your best Stossi, Stocky, Stockmeister, Stockman, whatever, Stockbrother, into the chat. Whatever you've got into the chat, I want to hear him. Let's get him on the screen because I know he loves it. He loves hearing his name. He's got, you know, that's one of his weird fetishes.
Look, I'm going to have to stop you right there, buddy, because Crazy Dave is ready. So we're going to hit the start button and get this underway.
Middle with no targets to stack off.
Yeah. So far he's 3 on his Q and 3 on his W. It looks like the fight's going to be around the bottom one here.
Pointy is going for the basic attack build here on Valor as well. No multi-shot here up on Towers of Doom, ladies and gents. As the engage goes on, deep breathing. Ooh, it's not as effective as you would hope. Dragon Breath just clipping Konya there, but Sandblast being thrown out. In goes Johanna, Iron Skin, as well as a lot of damage. Staff takes it, but heals from Andromeda are fantastic. So good. The orbs are coming out though from Crazy Dave. Will he land it onto Pointy? Just managing to get away. Hot pursuit. is able to keep him alive there. Konya eats a sandblast just as he's trying to retreat there. The disengage not good enough, and the towers currently being taken advantage of by Eggplant. They have a slight lead after the first phase.
Yeah, Konya did.
On deep breathing here for Chuck's Chromie at the moment, so not where he wants it to be, definitely not where it should be, but hey, hopefully you can rectify that and we'll see some massive Chromie nuclear bomb style chunks. Oh, speaking of nuclear bombs, it comes in and lands on smack bang on Staff's Johanna, but the fantastic divine shield coming out from Andromeda keeping him alive. Andro's so close to going down. Yes, Zaya cleans up with the Demolition's expert build. 1, 2, 3 frags down for Eggplant, and Muppet Slayers, again, they are hurting so much. They lose 4 in quick succession. Chuck just trying to interrupt this cap is not going to be able to, even with Chromie's insane range. And that's just been stalled out here by Eggplant. Are they going to try and push the tower down first before they get the tower cap? I think they are.
That's what they're going for.
Cheeky play.
Very cheeky, especially with 3 shrines up and less than 10 seconds left on all respawns.
It's smart. Oh, stop.
Oh, the grab from
He
Konya.
has revealed Chromie. Oh, Chuck's going to get caught out. Goes into the timeout. But all that does is just delay the inevitable. Chromie will be sitting in there going, oh my god. See you later. Haymaker.
Haymaker just to guarantee it.
Oh, it actually lands on Crazy Dave. So for now, the instant capture has been interrupted and the respawn comes back in. Will it pay off? I think Crazy Dave has done the job here. Sorry, Chuck on the Chromie has done the job here for now. He has.
Yeah, Crazy Dave's out of mana. He's going to have to go back and tap that fountain. They're only fighting 4 before the leap in from Claymore.
The expulsion zone went in, sorry, not the grab now. Here comes the sound barrier. Lucio providing much needed survivability. Claymore gets dropped. So again, Muppet Slayers in familiar territory. That is on the bench. Andromeda Divine Shield himself, not going to be enough. And Eggplant took them 2 goes, but hey, they got there in the end. That's
going to be the game.
They gambled there. They're going to take that tower. They're going to take their own. And yet, like you said, GG's.
Yeah, they did their math. They took the risk, the calculated risk, and it really paid off for them.
Hello, Merlin.
Oh, hello.
How did you feel about that game?
Oh, that was a pretty good game from our team. I don't think I could have asked for more from them.
Were you a little bit worried when you delayed capping those top 2 shrines to capture the tower?
Yeah, we got a bit worried. Dave, in particular, was a bit stressed at us when we engaged 4v. But in the end, it ended
Yeah, it
up
paid off
working
nicely,
out,
and it won the
which
game
is-
for you.
Yeah, which is lucky. I think we slightly miscalculated like their death timers, so they were up a bit sooner. But yeah, it was a good game. We finally got to play the other UA team, so that's good.
Yeah, no hard feelings, I hope.
I hope not. Yeah. I mean,
Well, you
I
can let
guys.
you can let Crazy Dave know that we picked him for MVP. That was some spectacular damage from Li Ming. He didn't die at all. His mana was always running low, but it's always because he was using his spells very wisely.
I will let him know. Yeah.
Good luck in the rest of games.
Thank you.
We will see you in round 5 for your match against Rolls Unspecified.
Let's go, ladies and gents. Eggplant versus Onyx. Get your eggplants in the chat. They're on blue. It's Merlin on Malthael, Alex Burnsy on Lunara, Crazy Dave on Li Ming, Konya is Diablo, and Stocky, the Stockman, the Stockmaster, is playing Lucio. Meanwhile, over on Onyx, it's Gul'dan is the fish, Grumshot Loose is Uther, Greymane is Shardstorm, AC the Man is playing ETC, and Slicksloth, the sub-in for the Ratzer, is on the Stitches. Let's see what they can do. There it is!
Looks like the dog straight up!
Oh, good night, Crazy Dave! The Fell Flame connects, and Uther comes in on cleanup duties, but Konya's going to answer one back with a great
revenge.
shadow charge, and a fantastic flip there into the wall. So 1-for-1 trade, not all bad, but Onyx, that'll put the wind in their sails for sure.
Yeah, they'll definitely be excited about that. ETC was ready for it. As soon as he saw that hook, he jumped in and cut him off from the retreat, knocked him back into the team just to guarantee the kill. Poor Crazy Dave. He copped a whole bunch of hammers and spells to the face.
getting engaged. It's looking like the ladder. AC spots Crazy Dave coming in, tries to throw in. A-Pop is a whip. No one collects Grub Shot, who is split away from his team. Will he throw out the DS? He looks like to be holding on to it. Lunara getting the work done, but Grub Shot's surviving for now, forced to blow the Divine Shield. Will it be enough? Horrify from Fish, misses the Fell Flame, but Ernsey should be taken down. In comes Shardstorm, or is Lucio's heal going to be enough? Yes, it is. Stocky coming in clutch with the airplane up. Now we're not done yet because we've got a mosh pit going in. Oh, they traded up kills 1 for 1. ETC loses his life, but they get Malthael. That's the trade-off. Konya, ballsy play going in for the Shadow Charge, does not even care that the fight is done. And Onyx, they come in, they've taken a fort down, and they're currently sitting on, well, pretty much even Stevens in terms of EXP and a fort advantage.
Yeah, it's pretty close. The fort advantage is going to open up the map a little bit more for Onyx down bot, give them a little bit more space to hand into the egg. I'm surprised Lunara didn't die there. Stocky was doing her a massive favour there. I'm surprised that Grumshot didn't die as well. I thought for sure he would run up when he was getting chased down, but he kept running around to the right. His teammates were all up above, but managed to get out in the end anyway, and that's why they nearly picked Lunara. That was a very tense fight. I'm surprised it went 1 for 1. It's very, very even at the moment, 3 for 3 overall. Looks like there could be an engage here inside the protective. Otherwise, oh no, it was Shardstorm last
We
time.
get Konya in the gorge.
Oh, the gorge!
Take him behind the gate as well. Konya is going to be down and out. There's no way he can get back in. The Horrify from Gul'dan. But a pop coming in, sorry, from Konya. It's not going to be enough. He does have the gems. AC still holding on to that mosh pit. But that is a huge hook and gorge play there from Slick Sloth. Don't need no lockdown, just behind the gate, and the tower and his team did the rest. So Eggplant, that'll hurt them a little bit, but with those souls, Diablo's just going to waddle his way back into the fight. The Web Weaver's still getting it done in the mid and bot lanes. They'll die, but Eggplant, they might take 3 for 3 in terms of frontline forwards here. In fact, they will.
Yeah, and that's it looks like there could be an engage here now. It's not talent parity. It's not level parity. This is a dangerous game. The hook misses, and there is no wall nearby to take him behind if he does get the gorge off either. So I think that was a dangerous area to engage. They are backing off a little bit. No, Onyx, they decided they're going to go back in. If they can get the jump, an ETC mosh pit could work from Diablo with the interrupts, though. Oh, Merlin's thinking about it, but she turns away at the last second.
Sloth needs to rotate here and hand in these gems. If he dies here with 30 gems, which now he's in trouble, he's caught. Merlin comes in with the wow, the Tormented Souls, but the gorge from Sloth is enough to take him down. He's going to drop the 30 gems right into the home half of Eggplant. The mosh pit goes in, but it's interrupted straight away, and this is where it looks sour for Onyx. AC's going to go down. In fact, 3 players have gone down. There goes Grumpshot. Shardstorm gets destroyed, and Onyx just gets spanked where it hurts. That fight as Diablo, that's where you fight, in front of your minion waves, so that you've got that disengage option.
Onyx a little bit suspicious about the boss there. They wanted to check it out. Konya come in with a smash on the Slick Sloth. Stokey trying to put back AC the man, not very successful, but Slick Sloth is going to go down.
Big A-pop coming in now from Konya, and well, they trade them up, but they've lost stitches. So Progrock now being completed by ETC, doesn't have the mosh pit. There's still 20 seconds available. Konya going deep, too deep, one would say. No, he charges back away because Stocky comes in with a save and clutch. With that sound barrier, Grumshot, the poison's going to do the work and take him down. A slow, painful death for one of the founding veterans of Onyx. The Fish is going to try his best to keep that sustain up. Oh, the heal's coming in from Grumshot in spirit form. Well, almost enough. It's going to get this top tower. That will go down. And now will Eggplant. They've got a decision to make. What's Konya going to do? The shot caller. Is he going to go? A-Pop goes in into the charge. Collects Gul'dan. Will it be enough to take him down? No, Divine Shield comes in. And the Horrify is enough to separate Onyx and Eggplant for now. Merlin, though, coming in with the Tormented Souls, doing massive amounts of damage to Slick Sloth. And Lunara and Limig do the rest. Should Onyx lose 1 or 2 more frags here, that'll be GG. They lose AC the man, and from here they fall over like 10 pins at a bowling alley. They well, Shard actually just manages to get back in there. Grump tries, Grump fails, sound barrier for good measure. Now the race is on. Can they do it? There's no minion wave pressure. I think they're gonna have the damage. Yes, they are. Oh no! In come Onyx! Will this be a clutch save? The Fish is trying to take down Konya. 30% on the core. Merlin is trying so hard, as is Crazy Dave. The race is on. Merlin goes down 14%. Dave doesn't have the damage in the bank. 11 with the save at 8%. Konya's trying to get it done, 5%, 3, the hook from Slick Sloth, one more hit, he's not going to be able to do it.
Wow.
Oh wow, 2% on the core.
That's
A win. I think they've already won here on the paper. I mean, we're questioning Alarak. It'll all come down to see if it can be translated from a fantastic draft into fantastic gameplay. A lot of these guys are high skilled. Tanis is one of them. Alarak is another. There just seems to be something about the Protoss that scream, you need to be good to play me well. They took Tassadar off the board as well, so they almost went for the whole kit and caboodle. But here we go, ladies and gents. Onyx versus Deathwing reigns supreme. Team DRS, rock and roll the game, Kumar. We are underway.
Oh, and it's Misery on Alarak. I should have known. Misery does play Alarak, and he is good at it.
Oh, he is very good at it. So we'll see if that translates into the tournament. We do see some deadly Misery Alaraks on Monday nights.
To take a camp this time. Well, Onyx can't. DRS probably could have, but they decide against it and will get underway in phase 2.
Ooh, DRS is going to have a 5
Oh, there it is,
3!
He's collected 3 with the Discord Strike. That is the quest completed. Expect Misery to deal chunks now. Onyx has fallen over. This is not good at all. They've lost Valor. So without that damage coming their way, Slicksloth needs to be careful. Yes, he's Diablo, but can you 1v3, my son? Make that 1v4. He gets some attention coming his way in the form of support of the Onyx lads, just rolling up in a carload style. But DRS now, all of a sudden, Onyx have just squandered their lead. And without the Valor in the fight, they're struggling. Finally, he rejoins the Fish, comes in comes Scrumshot with the heals, but there's so much damage coming out from DRS, and nobody's hit level 10 yet. The Hammer of Justice hits on AC. Gildan and Cocktail doing work. Sloth comes in, trying to clean up Misery. He's unable to do so. Does he go too deep? The silence is in. He's just going to be able to get away, and DRS only secure Li Ming in that fight. Now they turn him back. Oh, they backhand Uther. They lose Johanna. And I'll tell you what, Onyx will be licking their wounds after that one. DRS get to work on the Immortal. Good fight, and they get the objective too. That's a win.
Yeah, very nice fight. Everyone was getting a little bit low. It was pretty nail-biting there, but I mean, that Discord Strike quest completion adds, what, at least 180 or so damage to the... Is it
definitely on the cards, and I like the mechanics he brings as well. That sort of stealth disguise mechanic is something that we haven't really seen. So let's put out a little word. Oh, there's lots of damage. Shardstorm's being caught out. APOC goes in. Slick collects 4 with the APOC, but it's all too little too late. As Onyx, they've lost their main damage dealer, Valor, and now they've put the Nikes on and they are retreating. AC taking a lot of damage. Wave of Force comes in from Ming, separates them, in comes Slick. Will he be able to get the save on AC? No, he does not, because her Pastus comes in. The Gilday and Cocktail, and completing the Incendiary Elixir quest, just for good measure as well. It's fantastic play here, and DRS continue to roll this snowball on. They're currently about to hit level 13, and that talent tier...
I suspect that's what they're going to be waiting.
Well. Greymane has no go for the throw. Alarak so close to another charge. Lock gets himself the Slick APOC. Oh, the APOC collects everybody! That is how you do it! That is how you play Diablo. Slick Sloth getting it done. But regardless, they only get 1 frag out of it, and in fact, Slick loses his health as well. They've lost Johanna, they've lost Diablo, they lose Vela, and Team Diablo is just falling apart here. Onyx, literally, with a 5-man Diablo character lineup, it is just fallen over for them.
Oh, I thought they had that fight. I thought they didn't engage at all. They were already down their healer, the Lucio, so RU was at a disadvantage, and that just solidified it. She did get the Nara pick off at the top gate before when they were fighting over the first tribute. So far, I've seen some great hammer throws from Merlin. So that mule not going to do a whole lot there.
Yeah, so it's all for naught in the end. It's going to get to work repairing that wall. You go, you good thing. You can. I know you can. Light Eyes now, in deep there on the Arthas. Throwing out the Howling Blast into the Frozen Tempest. But the APOC goes in. The level 10 advantage. This is where it gets dangerous. And Eggplant continue to flex. Make that level 11. They take Lunara and Lily's blinds, causing so many issues at the moment. Li Ming now is taken out of the equation, and there is no damage at all for rolls Unspecified.
No, and I thought they were going to get taken out on the chase there, but they ran through those mines, doing them a great service there. Oh, Lucio gets grabbed and Arthas is going to go down immediately afterwards. They do finally catch them in the end, just because finishes. That middle fort might go down as well. No, not quite the middle scene. Because if they wiped, that would be a second keep for sure. Eggplant is going to try and put some damage onto the middle keep here. Oh, and that tribute is spawned all the way down there.
Yeah.
This is very unlucky for Rolls Unspecified.
Once they hit 16, once Lorne gets his Rejuvenescentia, I think they might be with a chance. He blows the sound barrier. Now, let's go. The Jug of 1,000 Cups comes in from Lily, trying to keep everybody alive. Lions lands a good Howling Blast. It connects to the Cleanse is even better there from Stocky, and Lunara gets absolutely backhanded. See you later. And now the DS coming out there onto Merlin, but however, the was not really needed in the end there because Stocky was he's just on point with the Uther heals at the moment. We've seen him play this Uther a couple times. Howling Blast again connects too, so Light Eyes isn't actually playing poorly. He's got no follow-up coming in there. Another good cleanse. This time Stocky is getting it done. APOT goes in, didn't really collect anybody. Light Eyes is going to go down. No, another Jug of 1,000 Cups. Tell you what, the cooldowns are extremely short here.
Yeah, it's because it got interrupted last time, or she cut it short. So it makes the cooldown for the next one much quicker. A recent change, I think it's a little bit strong, but it's not always made full use of.
Felstad just trying to get this, I was going to say this mage build working. It's not completely mage so far, but hey, I tell you what, it is getting it done, and Konya is, I tell you what, he is a menace. He is an absolute menace on the main tank here at the moment, and that should be GG, ladies and gents. The snowball is just too good. And Eggplant, the UA Eggplants come out over the top of Rolls Unspecified in the...
Yes, very, very proud of the guys. They've done an awesome job. The MVP for this one, I've been thinking about it all game, and it was tough. I thought for sure Merlin early on, especially with the Lunara pick up top in the first tribute, and then the force out down bottom for the curse later. She was looking great there. Stocky with some of those heals. I saw at least one Divine Shield pop onto the Falstad, onto the Merlin right before a giant orb hit her. So she took no damage from that. A couple of those cleanses on Diablo, I think really, really saved Konya. But Konya himself, diving very, very deep, very, very hard, very strong, and getting away and getting the job done all at the same time. He was dangerous. That Diablo was very, very threatening, and he crushed two different people against the core at the very, very end there. Eggplant did not have a whole lot of health on that core. If RU didn't lose those two people in the last moments, they might very well have been able to defend it and try for a little bit of a comeback. But the Konya was just crushing them up, like smashing them right into the side of the core. And then because Arthas didn't die from it, Lucio died straight away. Arthas didn't die, and Konya just walks around in front of him, says, "Oh, you want to go up the steps? You can't go that way. Sorry." And Eggplant finished him off, and then went through to the victory. Very happy with all three of them.
It was a very low death game.
Cleanses. Yeah, it was. Go
on. I thought RU was playing very defensively, especially early on. They got the Abathur, only a 14-minute game, so really don't see the full potential of Abathur. But just having that extra body in the fight to soak that extra damage is so important. And it's hard to kind of counterbalance that with Abathur's extra skill set.
I'm actually going to have to palm this one back over to you.
Oh!
You're going to have to make a decision, be an adult for once in your life. No,
Oh, look, look, I am personally, as you said, I'm personally not a fan of double heal play. It can be very, very strong, especially if you build your team around it and you play like you've got double support as opposed to the old meta, now it would be. But I think, look, I'm definitely feeling Stocky. I don't want to take anything away from Konya. He was such a threatening Diablo. I think it definitely did help that they had such a level advantage. It meant he always had so much more health than what the enemy team was capable of destroying. I don't want to take anything away from Merlin though as well. I'm very, very torn. If we put it down to Stocky and Merlin, what would you say, Naked?
Look, I love my healers. They do fly under the radar sometimes.
If Ardra was here, she'd vote for Stock.
And I have to go for the Stockmeister. Just great here.
Let's not skip over RU in this though. I thought some of those Lenara Wisp positions were great. Some of the mine positions from Bob Goat were excellent. I think Lorne was doing a pretty good job with at least one sound barrier. A couple of the speed boosts were, I think, pretty important as well. But he got targeted. And that's the right thing to do. I mean, Eggplant is supposed to target the Lucio. If you can get him, because it hurts the enemy team so much. I mean, his heals weren't too bad. He beat out Stock. It was a one healer team, so you'd expect him to do at least pretty well. But he had 3 deaths, so he was out of action for a lot of the time. I don't think the stats show as much as show Lorne's performance as much as I seem to remember he performed. But I just want to put some credit out there. Lorne Rycourse and Bob Goat in particular, I thought they played well for what they had. They just ultimately, in the end, got outplayed.
Claymore, Crazy Dave, who actually picked up 2 MVP votes tonight, Slick Sloth and Stocky. So let your voice be heard, let us know, and we'll give them a shout out. So that one is getting underway. And Ag, are you back yet?
I am definitely back. Thank you very much. Yes, so I have the Stock with me, the Stock man himself. That was a pretty standard performance, my friend.
It was, but I must say that those cleanses were not mine. They were actually all Dave's.
A little bit of a secret revealed there. Crazy Dave so far winning 2 MVPs for the night, and half the reason we voted for Stock turns out it was actually Dave. The Defiant Shield, I saw you save Merlin from one gigantic orb, which I thought might have killed her at least once. Take credit for that, mate.
I will. But Lorne stole my Lucio pick, so I'm pretty upset with him about that.
Yeah, are you still upset even after the game's over?
Yeah, still pretty upset.
Oh, congratulations, buddy. Your team played magnificently. Very, very proud of you guys. Very, very happy for you. And you deserve the MVP. No matter what you say about how Crazy Dave really deserved it, I still think you deserved it.
Thank you, but I don't know.
Thanks for that, Stockerberg. He's a good guy. I love Stock. Play with him all.
So, and then we'll round it out. It is 10:30. But it's been a fun night. I've had an absolute ball. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure having you here. I'm so glad that I looked you up.
I think you looked me up.
Yeah.
I did, because I wasn't big in the scene not so long ago, and I was just talking to some of the Onyx guys and came very, very highly recommended.
Oh, you're making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, you're blushing?
Oh, I am a little bit.
I don't know, the lighting's not good enough.
Tomato face. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible, but hey, I'm not the only one. There are so many other great casters involved in the scene. I mean, Skimmy is a no-brainer. I mean, he's dominating at the moment, been to a couple HGC events. Vandy is extremely due for her crack very, very soon. She's killing it as well. And there's more. I mean, get behind everybody. In fact, all the GameStar guys do a lot for Heroes. So make sure, you give them as much love as you give everybody here. So
yeah, absolutely. Definitely spend a little bit of time hosting a little Miss Vandy. Wouldn't mind perhaps extending an invitation at some point.
I'm sure if you catch her off her streaming schedule, she'll be more than happy to do it.
All right, I think that's enough time for the poll. It looks like, yeah, I think it's Crazy Dave in the end, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Crazy Dave actually coming out on top in the end. Let's call it there. 2-vote victor to Crazy Dave. Claymore, a notable second, though.
Yeah, well played to all our MVPs. Well played to all the teams, all the captains. Well done for organising a Sunday night. It's not always easy. And with the season starting, the competitive season, don't know what we're going to do next, but we will think of something.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you for everyone who played tonight. Thank you for all the viewers. Thanks to Ag and Kit Fox for doing all the casting tonight. I you all enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, thank you for everyone behind the scenes who put this together. Grumpshot and AC the Man, getting all the teams together. It's sometimes a very thankless job, but they do it very well.
They do, definitely. AC and Grumpshot, they put in as much time as you and I think, Naked. Even if they are not spending that time on the camera.